In the brutal, ever-shifting landscape of feudal Japan, only the strongest and most cunning could rise to power. The most famous one was Oda Nobunaga, a ruthless daimyo whose iron-fisted rule struck both fear and awe into those who followed him. He was ambitious, merciless, and utterly determined to shape Japan in his vision. Unlike any other, Nobunaga tore through the ranks of his enemies, shattered centuries-old traditions, and brought Japan to the brink of unification before betrayal cut him down in his prime. In the novel Shogun, he is portrayed as Lord Kuroda. Though his presence in Shogun is brief, Kuroda casts a long shadow over the story's key players, much as Oda Nobunaga, his real-life counterpart, shaped the destinies of those who would follow. His allies, rivals, and vassals would carry forth his legacy, whether in loyalty or in defiance. Oda Nobunaga was born in 1534 to a minor but ambitious samurai family in Owari province. From a young age, he defied conventions, rejecting the rigid customs of his time. His erratic behavior earned him the nickname the Fool of Owari, but beneath the surface was a brilliant strategist who saw beyond tradition. When his father died, young Nobunaga eliminated rivals within his own clan and took control. Unlike other daimyo who relied on diplomacy and cautious warfare, Nobunaga embraced rapid, decisive battles, crushing his enemies before they could react. His ambition soon met its first great test. Imagawa Yoshimoto, a warlord from the east, marched toward Kyoto with an army of over 25,000 men. Nobunaga, with barely 3,000 warriors, devised a daring counterattack at Okehazama in 1560. Under the cover of a violent storm, his forces launched a surprise assault, cutting down Yoshimoto and shattering his army. This stunning victory did more than secure his lands. It won him the respect of Matsudaira Motoyasu, a young general from the defeated army who would later take the name Tokugawa Ieyasu, Shogun's Toranaga. Ieyasu became his vassal, and an alliance was forged, one that would shape Japan's future. With his eastern flank secured, Nobunaga turned toward the heart of Japan, the imperial capital, Kyoto. In 1568, he marched into the city, installing Ashikaga Yoshiaki as the new shogun. But Nobunaga was not one to serve under another's rule. When Yoshiaki tried to assert control, Nobunaga crushed him, abolishing the Ashikaga shogunate in 1573, bringing an end to over 2 centuries of rule. Ruling through force alone was not enough. He needed skilled and ruthless generals to solidify his reign. Many vassals of the deposed shogun entered Nobunaga's service. Among them were Hosokawa Fujitaka, Shogun's Toda Hiromatsu, and Akechi Mitsuhide, Shogun's Akechi Jinsai, who helped him secure Kyoto's northern territories. Then came Hashiba Hideyoshi, Shogun's the Taiko, a cunning warrior who started as a lowly servant, but quickly became his most trusted general. To cement his rule, Nobunaga orchestrated political marriages, uniting Hosokawa's son, Tadaoki, Buntaro in Shogun, with Mitsuhide's daughter, Tama, Mariko in Shogun. These were not unions of love, but of power, designed to ensure unwavering loyalty. For nearly 2 decades, Nobunaga waged war across Japan, crushing rival clans and expanding his dominion. Yet, his unyielding ambition bred resentment. Many saw him as too ruthless, too unpredictable, and feared that once he had full control, no one would be safe from his wrath. In 1582, that fear turned to action. While staying at Honnō-ji Temple in Kyoto, Nobunaga was ambushed by forces of one of his own trusted generals, Akechi Mitsuhide. Caught completely off guard with only a handful of retainers, Nobunaga chose death over capture. He committed seppuku in the burning temple, bringing his reign of terror to an abrupt end. In Shōgun, the fictional Lord Kuroda Nobuhisa meets a similar fate at the hands of Akechi Jinsai, Akechi Mitsuhide's counterpart in the novel, reinforcing this historical parallel. His death sends Japan spiraling into chaos, setting the stage for an all-out power struggle. Though Oda Nobunaga never lived to see his ultimate dream fulfilled, his death did not stop his vision. His loyal generals, Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu, picked up where he left off. Hideyoshi completed Nobunaga's unification of Japan, but after his death it was Tokugawa Ieyasu who cemented his legacy, establishing the Tokugawa shogunate that would rule for over 250 years. Lord Kuroda Nobuhisa's character in Shogun is a powerful reflection of Oda Nobunaga's real-life rise and fall. Was his brutal approach to power justified? Could Japan have been unified without his ruthless vision? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below or don't. It's up to you. Thank you so much for watching.